In this video, I'm reviewing the Blue Motor Finance website and sharing my honest experience using it as a regular user. This is not a sales pitch. I'm walking through what you actually see and how the service works in practice. When you land on the Blue Motor Finance site, the focus is immediately on car finance. The layout is clean and straightforward. There's no confusion about what the company does. They specialize in vehicle finance in the UK, mainly hire purchase and PCP agreements, often through dealerships rather than direct-to-consumer car sales. The first thing you notice is how strongly the site is geared toward customers with less than perfect credit. Blue Motor Finance positions itself as a lender willing to consider applicants that mainstream banks often reject. That can be a positive if you've had credit issues, but it also means interest rates can be higher than average. Navigation is simple. You can quickly find sections explaining how their finance works, what documents are required, and how the approval process usually goes. There's no instant quote tool with exact numbers, which may disappoint some users. Instead, the process is built around submitting an application and then being assessed individually. As you move through the site, it becomes clear that Blue Motor Finance mainly works through car dealers. You don't buy a car directly from them. Instead, you choose a vehicle from a dealership that partners with Blue Motor Finance, and they provide the funding. This is important because your experience will depend partly on the dealer you use. The site explains hire purchase and PCP in plain language, but some details are still vague. For example, representative APR figures are shown, but real rates depend heavily on your credit profile. Transparency is decent, but you won't know the true cost until later in the process. The application itself is relatively standard. You provide personal details, employment information, income, and outgoings. There's a credit check involved, which the site does make clear. Approval decisions are not always instant, and some users report waiting for manual review. At this point, it's worth mentioning that customer reviews online are mixed. Some users praise Blue Motor Finance for giving them access to a car when others wouldn't. Others complain about high interest rates, strict terms, or communication issues after the agreement starts. This isn't unusual for subprime auto finance, but it's something to be aware of. Many useful links you can find in the description. Continuing through the site, there's limited self-service functionality. Once your agreement is active, account management is not as advanced as with major banks. Payments, settlement figures, and support usually require direct contact or a basic online portal. One positive is that the site does not overpromise. It doesn't claim guaranteed approval, and it doesn't hide the fact that terms depend on risk assessment. That honesty is refreshing compared to some competitors. On the downside, the website could do a better job explaining fees, early settlement rules, and what happens if you miss payments. That information exists, but it's not always front and center, so users need to read carefully. Overall, Blue Motor Finance feels like a practical option rather than a flashy one. It's useful if you need car finance and don't qualify elsewhere, but it comes at a cost. You should compare offers, read the agreement closely, and understand the long-term payments before committing. If this review helped you, like the video and subscribe to the channel for more honest finance and website reviews. Credit on Auto for review from Blue Motor Finance.